You've seen the headlines, you've heard the buzz about these amazing new weight loss drugs. They seem like a miracle. But for millions of older adults, there's a really important question we need to ask. Are these drugs a cure for obesity, or could they be hiding a serious threat to their strength and their independence?
The promise, it's absolutely huge. We're talking about weight loss that could completely transform a person's health. But when it comes to older adults, the story gets a lot more complicated. So let's unpack the science here and really understand why this seemingly perfect solution needs an incredibly careful approach.
Okay, so first things first. We have to understand a condition that's right at the heart of this whole issue. It's called sarcopenic obesity. And it's a double threat that makes treating obesity in older adults, well, uniquely challenging.
So what is it exactly? Well, sarcopenia is just the medical term for the muscle loss and weakness that kind of naturally happens as we get older. Now, when you combine that with obesity, you get sarcopenic obesity, and that is a really toxic mix of too much body fat and way too little functional muscle.
And listen, this isn't some rare thing. We're talking about a huge number of people. Some estimates show that over 28%, yeah, that's more than 1 in 4 adults over 60, are dealing with this. It's a massive public health issue that's basically hiding in plain sight.
And this is where it gets really serious. We all know obesity on its own carries health risks, right? But when you combine it with low muscle mass, the risks don't just add up, they actually multiply. The source material uses this phrase, a synergistically higher combined risk. It's a mouthful, I know, but it means a much, much faster decline in your physical health.
So why? Why is this combination so much worse? Well, it all comes down to a really destructive conversation that's happening inside the body between fat and muscle, and it quickly spirals into a vicious cycle. Here's the core of the problem. That excess fat tissue, it doesn't just sit there. It's actually an active organ, and it's pumping out all these inflammatory signals. Think of them like tiny little attacks that directly damage your muscle tissue, making it weaker and preventing it from repairing itself. So in short, the fat is actively making the muscle loss worse.
All right, so into this really complex problem steps a potential hero, a whole new class of incredibly powerful weight loss drugs. And on the surface, they seem like the perfect answer to the obesity side of this equation. They're known as incretin therapies, and you've almost definitely heard their names. Semaglutide, which is sold as Wegovy or Ozempic, and tirzepatide, sold as Zepbound. They basically work on these hormone pathways that slash your appetite, and that leads to some pretty serious weight loss.
And man, are they effective. Look at these numbers. A huge analysis shows people losing, on average, around 11 to 12% of their body weight with these newer drugs. For someone struggling with obesity, that kind of weight loss can bring dramatic health benefits. You can see why everyone's so excited.
And here it is. This is the catch.
This is the crucial question that changes
Everything, especially for older adults. The number on the scale is going down, sure, but what is that weight actually made of?
Because here's the thing. A huge chunk of the weight that's lost isn't fat at all. It's what scientists call fat-free mass, which is mostly your muscle. Some studies show that almost 40% of the weight people shed is this precious lean tissue. Now, for someone already struggling with age-related muscle loss, that is a massive flashing red flag. You're losing the very thing you need to stay strong.
So this puts doctors in a really tough spot, right? You've got this amazing tool that can fight obesity, but it has a side effect that could make people more frail. The answer isn't to just throw the drugs away, but to use them with extreme caution and a very clear strategy. The whole challenge boils down to this, a delicate balancing act. The goal is to get all the amazing health benefits from losing that harmful fat, while doing everything you can to protect against the devastating loss of essential muscle.
So how do you do that? Well, experts recommend a 4-step plan. Step 1, be really careful about who gets these drugs. Not everyone is a good candidate. Step 2, and this part is absolutely non-negotiable, the drugs have to be paired with lifestyle changes. We're talking resistance training to build muscle and a high-protein diet to feed that muscle. Third, you've got to monitor physical function, not just the number on the scale. And finally, you have to redefine success. The goal isn't just weight loss, it's better mobility, more strength, and a better quality of life.
The ultimate goal isn't just maximum weight loss. It's about finding that optimal range, that sweet spot in the middle, where you lose enough fat to improve your health, but not so much muscle that you actually get weaker. That's the target.
Okay, so that's the strategy for right now, careful management. But the future is all about designing smarter drugs that solve this problem right from the very beginning.
And they are coming.
Researchers are already developing therapies that combine these GLP-1 drugs with other agents that are designed to specifically protect or even build muscle while you lose fat. You're going to hear names like Biagramab and a whole class of drugs called SARMs.
And get this, the early data is just stunning. One recent trial combined semaglutide with the SARM. The result? It cut the loss of that precious muscle by 71%. That is a potential game changer. It's a way to get all the benefits of fat loss without that dangerous muscle loss penalty.
And this all leads us to a final really crucial thought. This whole situation is a perfect example of the biggest question in the science of aging. It's not enough to just extend our lifespan. The real goal has to be extending our health span. As medicine helps us all live longer, the defining challenge is going to be making sure we also live stronger.